again, it's Wendy. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about romantic love. Oh, how delightful, delicious, exciting, and wonderful is romantic love. When you first meet someone, it's often the physical attraction that draws you to each other. It may be you love their eyes, their physique, or even their laugh. Believe it or not, you're also unconsciously drawn by their smell. Yep, it's true. These are pheromones at work, airborne chemicals that we produce and then transmit to each other. However much you try to cover up your natural odours by showering them away, using perfumes or deodorants, those natural pheromones that attract people to each other get through. So as you can see, some of the attraction you feel for others is out of your control and explains why you may be drawn to one person rather than another and you just don't know why. When you first meet, in those early days, you find yourself laughing at the same jokes, enjoying the same activities. In fact, you feel like you've met the person of your dreams, that special person that you've been searching for. You become completely consumed by each other. They occupy every part of your waking day. You can't sleep, eat, or concentrate on much anything else, and you want to be with them a lot of the time. Love seems effortless and easy. You enjoy each other's company, wanting to be with each other. You agree on almost everything and brush aside any little niggles, ignoring them or finding them quirky or endearing. You forgive those minor irritations, almost not noticing them at all, and other times just dismissing them, because after all, that person is just wonderful. Sex is great. You can't get enough of each other, and you feel totally absorbed by passion and romance, wanting to touch and fondle each other and hug each other, kiss each other all the time. As magical and wonderful as this romantic stage is, I hate to disillusion you, but it can't and doesn't last. You may have already recognised this, and at the same time wondering where all the romance and passion has gone. And maybe you're craving the person you fell in love with, feeling they've changed, and wondering whether you made a mistake and they're not the person you fell in love with. Okay, so let's see what's really happening. When you first met, not only were you probably on your best behaviour, but because you wanted that person to fit your blueprint, you very likely filled in the missing gaps, imagining the parts and fantasising about the bits that you didn't know about this new person who'd made an entrance into your life. It's probably going to be disappointing to hear that this romantic stage typically only lasts between 6 months to 2 years, and then things can start going wrong. Perhaps you start noticing those irritating habits your partner appears to develop, or perhaps you feel they aren't paying you as much attention as they did. Maybe you feel taken for granted. It may be that the magic and romance has dwindled, and the intensity of the relationship isn't the same. Sex just isn't as frequent, and that can feel quite upsetting. However, the fact is that the real relationship has just started. And whilst you may feel that that instant rush of passion and excitement has disappeared, by working together through those issues and the curveballs that get thrown at us at times, your relationship can become much deeper, stronger, and more loving. What if your relationship has hit the doldrums right now? You feel that daily routine of work, chores, and family commitments are really getting in the way. You're feeling tired and stressed, and you've started taking each other for granted. Maybe you're in a newish relationship and you were so absorbed with each other that you neglected your friends and the activities that you did before you met. And now you want to see your friends again. You want to go back to those activities. But perhaps your partner just doesn't understand. They're feeling neglected, that you don't care about them anymore. It happens. So it's really important to have those lines of communication open with each other, to be able to talk to each other honestly and frankly, explaining that it's not about them. It just is that settling back into that relationship and needing the outside interest that you had before. No one person can meet all of our needs. It's unhealthy to stay very close together, joined at the hip, because it becomes claustrophobic. We have nothing new to bring to the relationship if we have that kind of partnership together. At the same time, it's really important to keep focusing on each other, putting your partner's needs and their care at the forefront, because that's what a relationship is about. Caring for your partner more than you care for yourself in a way. I'm not saying we should neglect self-care, but it is really being there for the other person and for them being there for you too. Setting aside quality time for each other is vital. You made time for each other when you first met, in the early stages of your relationship. I do understand other things do get in the way, as I said before. But if you want a healthy relationship, you need to nurture it. You need to feed it, just like you would if you had a seedling. You would plant that seedling with care. You would give it light, nutrients, water. You wouldn't shove it in a cupboard and expect it to grow into a healthy plant. By doing that, it would just wither and die. And that's the same for any relationship. It needs care, loving care and attention. So spend that time together, talking to each other, not just about the daily grind of life. You can do that with just about anybody. But about your inner feelings, what's really going on for you, what your dreams and aspirations are, just as you probably planned at the beginning when you first met. If you have got something on your mind and you feel the relationship isn't going as well as you want it to, or you just feel there's something niggling going on, sit down and talk to each other. Explain how you're feeling. Don't put it on the other person by saying something like, "What's up with you? I don't know what your problem is." That will just get a very negative response back in return, not something you want. Sit down quietly and calmly when you're not distracted and just explain that you feel there's something not quite right, that you love each other, that you love your partner and you are committed to making it work well, but there seems to be something that is not really working for you. You'll get a much better response if you take that attitude rather than the one where I said, "What's up with you?" or "What's your problem?" Hugs and kisses. Oh, they're so important. And I don't mean that peck on the cheek that you can give your granny. I'm talking about that passionate kiss, that real bear hug, that feeling of being really connected. And that kiss that really connects you, the passionate kisses that you gave each other at the very beginning of your relationship. They're so important because they activate oxytocin, which is the bonding and love hormone. So it's certainly going to help the passion in the bedroom. And whilst we're talking about the bedroom, I would suggest please don't take electronic equipment into your bedroom. Just ban it. It's a real passion killer. There is nothing more off-putting than somebody being distracted with a laptop, a mobile phone, or a television. It really doesn't help you connect with each other. It's so tempting, I know, just to finish off a piece of work in the comfort of the bed or to watch a movie on your laptop. But actually, you're not connecting with each other. You'll end up settling for second best, just existing or just surviving in your relationship instead of having a thriving one. Life events can cause problems between couples. And whilst moving in together or a new baby seem exciting events and things that you look forward to and you hope will bring you closer, they can also cause stress and conflict. And there are so many other different situations and life events that can affect relationships, including redundancy, job loss, getting married, fertility, miscarriage or loss of a baby, financial problems, parenting, affairs, menopause, other family member relationships, and many, many more. Over the coming weeks, I'm going to be talking about these issues, as well as inviting guests who are experts in some of these fields. So if you don't want to miss any of the episodes, click on the subscribe button now. At the same time, you can also keep in contact with me on social media and read some of my blog posts too. The details are in the show notes below. So until next time.